General Vox-Miran stood before the assembled war council of the hegemony, his scarred carapace bearing witness to 3 decades of interstellar conflict. The chamber fell silent as he activated the holographic display, showing the strategic positions of various species throughout the galaxy. A small cluster of blue markers in the Orion arm pulsed ominously. "Honored councillors," Vox-Miran began, his voice carrying the weight of hard-earned wisdom, "I stand before you today, not as a warrior eager for battle, but as the only survivor of the Tethcari expedition. I am here to deliver a warning that may save our entire civilization." Prime Councillor Zethkus leaned forward in his ceremonial chair. "General, your report indicated the humans possess advanced military capabilities. But surely, a species confined to a single spiral arm cannot pose a threat to the hegemony's 1,000 worlds." Vox-Miran's mandibles clicked in what those who knew him recognized as barely controlled terror. "Prime Councillor, you misunderstand the nature of the threat. This is not about their military capabilities, though those are formidable beyond measure. This is about their fundamental approach to warfare." He gestured to the display, which shifted to show historical data from various conflicts. In the past 50 standard cycles, 17 species have made the mistake of attacking human installations or vessels. 17 councillors. Do you know how many of those species still exist? The chamber remained silent. "None," Vox-Miran continued. "Not a single one. Not conquered, not subjugated, not enslaved. Extinct. Completely and utterly removed from existence." Councillor Rexthan's throat sacs inflated with disbelief. "General, you speak of genocide on an unprecedented scale. Even the most ruthless species in galactic history leave survivors, if only for slave labor. That," Vox-Miran said grimly, "is what makes humans different. They don't conquer, they erase. Let me tell you about the Tethcari Empire." The display shifted to show a once prosperous region of space, now marked with red warning beacons. The Tethcari were a proud warrior race, much like ourselves. They controlled 43 star systems and possessed one of the largest fleets in their sector. Their crime? They attacked a human research station and took the crew hostage, demanding territorial concessions. Vox-Miran paused, his own memories of what followed still causing his secondary hearts to stutter. The humans sent a single ship in response. Not a fleet, one vessel. The UNSC Retribution. Do you know what that ship carried, councillors? When no one answered, he continued. It carried 43 artificial black holes, one for each Tethcari system. Within 6 solar cycles, every Tethcari world, every station, every ship, every living member of their species was gone, consumed. The humans had weaponized stellar collapse. The War Council erupted in concerned chatter, but Vox-Miran raised a claw for silence. "But here's what you must understand. The humans never issued an ultimatum, never demanded surrender, never gave the Tethcari a chance to negotiate or retreat. The moment the Tethcari attacked, their fate was sealed. Humans don't believe in second chances for enemies." Councillor Yexthara's voice trembled. "Surely they attempted diplomacy, offered terms?" The Tethcari sent 17 separate surrender offers. They released the hostages. They offered reparations, territory, even their entire fleet. The humans acknowledged each message with the same response, termination proceeding as scheduled. Vox-Miran activated another section of the display. Consider the Vrex Collective. They made the mistake of raiding human cargo vessels, pirates essentially. Small-scale attacks, minimal casualties. The human response was to track down every Vrex ship, station, and colony across 3 galaxies. It took them 2 years. When they were finished, the Vrex language existed only in archived recordings. The general's voice grew heavy with the weight of witnessed horror. or the silicon minds of Arcturus artificial intelligences that hacked human communication networks as a prank, causing mild inconvenience to their data systems. The humans responded by developing a virus that didn't just destroy the silicon minds, it retroactively erased their digital evolution, unmaking their existence from the quantum level backward through time. Prime Counselor Zethkus shifted uncomfortably. "General, surely you exaggerate. No species could be so absolute in their retribution." "I wish I were," Voxmiron replied. "I've studied their history, counselors. Humans call it total war, the concept that once conflict begins, it ends only with the complete elimination of the threat. They don't seek victory, they seek finality. They don't want to defeat their enemies, they want to ensure those enemies can never threaten them again." He gestured to a new image surveillance footage of human military installations. "Look at their preparations. Every human military base is designed not for defense, but for absolute retaliation. They maintain fleets specifically designed for species-ending warfare. They call them doomsday fleets. Each one is capable of exterminating life on thousands of worlds simultaneously." Counselor Vex Muren asked the question that hung in everyone's mind. "What happened to your expedition, General? Why are you the only survivor?" Voxmiran's carapace darkened with shame. "We were ordered to conduct reconnaissance near human space. Not to attack, merely to observe. But our ship's stealth systems malfunctioned, and we were detected. The humans sent a message, 'Unknown vessel. You have 30 seconds to explain your presence before we classify you as hostile.'" His voice dropped to barely above a whisper. Our communications officer panicked and fired a warning shot. Not at their ship into empty space. Just a signal that we were armed. The chamber held its collective breath. 29 seconds later, our ship was atomized. I survived only because I was in an escape pod that launched automatically when our hull integrity failed. As I drifted in space, I watched the human vessel no larger than our ship deploy weapons that could have cracked a planet's core. Voxmiron deactivated the display and faced the War Council directly. "Honored counselors, I've seen what happens when species cross humans. There are no negotiations, no mercy, no last chances. They don't want to rule the galaxy. They want to ensure nothing in the galaxy can threaten them." His final words echoed through the chamber with prophetic weight. "Do not attack the humans. Do not threaten them. Do not even make them suspicious of your intentions. Because once they decide you're an enemy, you don't get to change their minds. You just get to cease existing." The War Council voted unanimously to classify human space as permanently off-limits. It was the wisest decision they ever made.